Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Eat the Damn Cake podcast. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Carly.
And welcome back.
Welcome back.
Another good-ass week in the books. And I just want to start off by saying last week, if you have yet to listen, pause it now. Pause this episode right now and go listen to that one.
That's what I was exactly going to say. If last week was one of the most powerful and vulnerable episodes we've had yet, and if you haven't had a chance to listen to it, absolutely go listen to it.
It was so incredible.
It was such a great story, such a great ending, and
Conrad's the best. So make sure you go listen. If this is your first episode ever, if you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. We are a podcast that talks about the fitness industry and making it more inclusive and a better place for everyone. So just, not fitness for one size, fitness for all sizes.
yeah.
So that's who we are.
Couple things to keep on your radar. December 17th, which we're a little over a week out now.
Yes.
Not this coming Friday, but the following Friday,
Yep.
we are hosting a holiday party for Built by Byron at Red Lantern. It is $30 for a ticket, but that includes a fitness class, which we're launching our Built with Beats class, which is all on the beat of the music. And then also your first drink free.
Yeah.
So we're also going to have giveaways, maybe some 1987, maybe some Mood by Mars. We have some cool
Really
things
small
on the
business
horizon.
True, maybe.
Yeah, we have some small businesses on the horizon. We're also, I don't.
Wow. So much is happening in
There's
Carly's
so much
brain right
in my
now.
brain right now. It is like short circuiting. But yes, get your ticket for that. Link is in our bio for Built by Byron.
What were you saying also?
We're going to come out with a gift guide for you.
Oh, yes. We have a gift guide
coming out. So get ready for that. Pretty much for all the gifts that we're going to suggest, we'll have a code. A code. And then also, what's Christmas Eve? I almost said.
Oh, yeah. We're going to do a class.
Okay.
Why?
What's wrong with you?
You said all the housekeeping things. I wanted to say one thing.
Well, you have all the stories today.
Oh, I don't have all of them. I'm sure you'll have a few.
So Christmas Eve, we're going to do a class out of our gym in Framingham. It's going to be at noon. Signups will go live by the end of this week. So keep that on your radar, $20, and bring friends, bring family. We did one on Thanksgiving and it was so much fun.
So lit.
Such a great turnout. And
there were a couple hungover people,
but you know what? They got through it and it was fine.
And they left and said, I'm so freaking glad I did this.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's Christmas Eve though. So who knows what you're doing? It's middle of the day, so you'll have your morning, you'll have your afternoon. It's literally a 15 minute class at noon. So come through if you are local to Framingham.
Or if you're not, you can come. Right, Hurley? You'll be there.
Of course.
Yeah. Hurley will be there maybe one day.
One day we'll get you out there.
I mean,
he did come out to our space for our grand opening party.
Yes, because he didn't show up empty-handed. He showed up with fruit. Sweet angel.
You guys just immediately through in the back. You're like, what do we do with this?
No, we put it out and people ate it, but we were literally like, Hurley, what? Why? He's like, my mom said never to show up to a party empty-handed.
It was the sweetest thing ever.
Just shout out to Hurley for that because no one else showed up with anything.
I think Sam showed up and ate all the pizza.
Yeah, Sam showed up and ate all. Same with Kyle and Betty. The Framingham Bakery pizza was the star of the show that night.
Yeah,
I'll bring fruit every single time I attend one of your events.
I love that.
Gym class. Yeah.
I love that.
I can't show up empty-handed.
Well, are you DJing on December 17th, the Friday night, next Friday?
Probably.
Can you DJ at Red Lantern, get that switched around?
Ooh, I'll see what I can do.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
See if you can switch your schedule up, for us.
Selfishly. Just because we want that to happen.
Thanks. So let's see. We didn't really get to talk about our past couple of weeks with you in a while.
Yeah. I know because
we didn't even talk about debrief on Thanksgiving.
Oh my. We don't need to debrief Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving Eve, Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving
after
post Thanksgiving. So I'm trying to think. Not much actually happened. It was very low key this year. I feel like all the Thanksgivings we've had in the past, they're all pretty small. This past Thanksgiving was small.
Yeah.
And we each had 2 Thanksgivings to attend.
Yeah.
And they were both really nice. It was a nice time to be with family. I just have one story in the forefront of my brain because it literally happened an hour before we were recording. Me and Carly got Sweet Green before the podcast today, and I was finished paying for our parking and a meter. So I was standing by a meter, and this older gentleman was like cutting through the cars, and he had AirPods in, but like literally direct eye contact, looked at me and was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I said, "Good, how are you?" And he was on the phone. He was on the phone.
Didn't he respond to you?
Yeah, he said excellent to me and laughed. And I was like, oh my God. It was so painful, Carly. I was like sitting there and I was like,
painful
Jesus,
as my slip up this weekend.
Thank God no one was standing near me. Like no stranger witnessed that happen, because that guy already was like, oh my God, this idiot thought I was talking to her. I'm like, you're right. In your defense, why would you fucking ask me how I was doing?
Oh my God.
Well, I'm paying for my parking.
Okay, but that like something similar happened this weekend. We were out at the Broadway. Maddie, Nick, and I went out this weekend and just kind of like spontaneously saw where the day took us. And we started at Lolita, which was really nice. And then we went to the Broadway in Southie.
Somehow we got in before the line.
It was crazy packed in there. It was so insane. And we were, first of all, we ran into so many listeners. So shout out to all of you, especially Jen. That was so much fun.
Yes.
I love running into listeners in public because it's just like so fun. And it's like, I feel like I know you. I feel like it's just so fun.
We get to know our people.
We get to know our people, our baby cakes, if you will. So we were standing at the bar, which was insanely packed. It was like 3 people deep. And I tapped a guy on the shoulder and I was like, do you mind if I slide in and order a drink? And he was like, yeah, that's fine. He like stepped away and then kind of went back to the bar and grabbed his drink. And I go, I'm not going to roofie you. And then I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I said that. Like
so painful. I sat there and I was
he
like,
literally was like,
he was like, oh, cool.
I was like, I don't know why I said that. I'm really sorry. And he's like, it's fine. And like,
he literally was like, please just order your drink and go away. I was sitting there like, why is my sister like this?
Maddie's jaw dropped. She was like,
what were we watching yesterday? Oh, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Is that what we were watching yesterday? And like, some of the one-liners
when he shows up in Hawaii and she's like, what are you doing there? And he's like, I came here to kill you.
And I literally looked at Carly and said, that is shit Carly would say, because Carly's so awkward. Like people that don't really know Carly thinks that she's like this super, like she is very outgoing and friendly, but like in some situations, in some situations, Carly is like so uncomfortable. We talked about this when you ran into your ex one time.
Oh my God.
At Chipotle.
I said to his pregnant wife, I didn't know you were pregnant again.
Yeah.
How would I know she was pregnant in the first place?
Not that bad, but like Carly will just say
it was so
some of the cringiest things to people, and like a couple times you've said weird shit in spin class, and then you're like, I don't really know why I'm saying these.
Today I was talking to my spin class about how Duke's in a horrible routine of getting up at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and
they were like, you are gonna have problem children. You gotta let him cry. You gotta let him cry it out. He will hold it. And I was literally like, but then I don't sleep. Like I'd rather just take him out and go back to bed.
You gotta, condition him. Isn't that like the Freud, like conditioning, operant conditioning? When you
that's Pavlov's dog.
Yeah,
Pavlov's dog.
Literally a dog.
Yeah, I know. That's probably where the original dog training started.
I don't know. That was like the psychology aspect of things, like people testing things out.
Well, Duke is literally Pavlov's dog. He is in such a routine. He knows when, like his fresh kiss, like
it's freaky. He knows everything.
There are like greenies, basically, those for dogs' teeth. I got the fresh kiss version once, and Duke became literally addicted.
It's like gum almost for dogs. It's like brushing his teeth.
And so we start giving them to him after dinner. And now whenever he finishes dinner, he goes and sits in front of the closet and cries until he gets a fresh kiss.
It's ridiculous.
Like he is just so conditioned. Anyways, enough about my dog brushing his teeth.
While we were at the Broadway, like Carly said, we ran into a few listeners, and one of them were like, wait, so are you getting engaged soon? And I'm like, so it's getting to the point where I won't stop talking about it, and people that listen to our podcast are asking me when I'm getting engaged. Poor Nick. Also, Nick literally
You
just
said poor Nick, and you put this on him.
I did do this. This is all of my doing.
Yeah.
But, so Nick and I, our 3-year anniversary is this weekend. And my mom still thinks, she's like, it's not your real anniversary because it's the anniversary of your first date. But is it? Did
he ask you to be his girlfriend?
So here's the thing. I don't remember when he asked me to be his girlfriend, but we both agreed on December 12th being the tentative date that may have happened.
That's like similar to Joe and I. Like we started like hanging out in like September, October, but he never referred to me as his girlfriend until March.
So
F-boy 101.
Like what happened though with me and Nick is we went on our first date and then pretty much had like a silent agreement that we were not going to date anyone else. And I just remember I went to like a Christmas party, and maybe it was later. I went to a Christmas party with a bunch of high school people, and they were like, so what are you and Nick Lee? And I'm like, we've been on 4 dates.
You just exposed his whole name.
I know. Hi. And if you have not found Nick yet on my Instagram, you know his last name. But like, they're like, what are you? And I was just like, I don't know. And then I said that to him, and he was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And I was like, sure. So it's our 3-year.
So is this what you're hoping you'll do with a proposal? Like, what are we? And he's like, do you want to be my wife? And you're like, okay.
This shit. No. So, it's our 3-year, and I like kind of like the whole cat thing where I'm like, I know it's not going to happen. Like, I know I'm not going to get a cat for Christmas because we actually can't have one. I'm like, I know I'm not going to get engaged this weekend, but we can just pretend, right?
No.
Okay. Well, so he asked me also, Christmas is coming up, so we're shopping for Christmas gifts for each other. And this year we just sent each other a couple, like a small list, because we were like, just send me what you want and I'll buy it for you. And then he said, after I sent my list to him a couple days after, he's like, is there anything else you want? And I just sent the ring emoji, like a diamond ring emoji. He goes, imagine you not engaged at age 24. He goes, oh, wait, that's literally every other 24-year-old. You're not that are engaged. So you need to relax. And I was like, okay, well, yeah. He also offered to pay me $5 a week for each week I don't bring up getting engaged, I would get $5. So far I've made none. No money.
I think it's a good investment, honestly.
Well, I said to him, he was going to say $1 a week. And I looked at him and I go, that's not even 25 cents a day.
Not worth it.
It's not worth it.
No.
Is $5 even worth it though?
I mean, that's $20 a month.
It's not my fault.
And Maddie's going to end up like paying for her own ring.
I know, like giving him back the money.
Yeah.
But it's not my fault that TikToks keep coming up on my feed that are like things that 22 are going to bring you. I made 3 of these and this is the one that's popping up on your For You page so you can manifest. And it's like, all I want for Christmas is, and then it's like engagement. And I've seen 3. And
she
I'm like,
sends them to me every time.
And I send them to Nick, even though he's sitting right next to me. I'm evil.
Poor Nick. Thank God he doesn't listen to the podcast. We had to force him into listening.
He listened to last week's because everyone at our dinner table last night was talking about how amazing it was. He's like, what are you guys talking about? I'm like, wouldn't you like to know? And then I didn't make eye contact with him the rest of the dinner.
I know. I noticed. I literally,
he was sitting at the head of the table to my left. I angled my whole body away from him. And he would ask
the man she wants to marry.
Got the hint. He listened.
Yeah. And it was a great episode and worth the listen.
And he texted me and said that was an amazing episode. I'm like, so glad you decided to listen.
So what are you a nuke? What are you and Nick doing for your anniversary?
So here's the other thing, and I would like your opinion on this. And Hurley, feel free. I would love a guy's opinion as well.
Alrighty.
I think Hurley's overwhelmed with the engagement.
I think I said something in front of someone, and they were like, you're insane. I'm like, it's all a joke. It's not. It is. So I said to Nick, I was like, are you going to plan anything for like our anniversary? Like me being a brat, setting the expectation super high, I guess, for no reason.
Oh my God.
But he was like, yeah, no, I'll plan something. And I said,
I didn't even get a card.
I know. So that's the thing though. I literally was like, I'm not letting myself be disappointed. I'm telling him I want to do something for our 3-year. Such a stupid number anyways. But I was like, okay, I want to do something. And this was like a month and a half ago. And he was like, yeah. Like, I'll plan something. I'm like, just like, you need to make sure you plan it prior because things just like, it gets expensive and like reservations fill up. And then on Friday of last week, I'm like, hey, did you like, what are we doing? He's like, I was thinking about us going to Newport. And I was like, thinking or doing? Like, are we or aren't we? He's like, well, I haven't booked anything. And I'm like, Nicole. So now, but this is the thing. If he had just been like, it's okay, like I figured it out, I wouldn't start planning my own weekend. But now that I know where we're probably going, I've been on Airbnb and hotels.com and like all of the restaurants. And that's just who I am as a person. Like, would you tell your significant other where you were going even if you didn't have it planned? Or would you just say, I've got it, I planned it already, even if you didn't have it planned?
Well, I feel like the whole thing of it is you wanted to be a surprise.
Correct. You get it early. You get it. I was like, Nick, why did you tell me?
It opens you up to not having it figured out yet.
Well,
too.
right. And
Saves your ass.
it saves you like a little bit, but Nick's like, you're so picky. Like, I just want you to like where you're going. I am picky. But I also said, I was like, I would literally be happy with like anything. If it was a surprise, I would be happy. Everyone's like has Nick's back. They're like, he's kind of right.
Yeah, no, he is right. You are picky. Like if he brought you to like some Red Roof Inn in Northampton, you would literally be like, the audacity.
I literally looked at him. He was like, you're picky. I'm like, I'm not picky. I just like hotels that are clean. And he's like, when have I ever brought you to a hotel that's not clean? I'm like,
Wisconsin.
True. He goes, other than Wisconsin. Because do you remember when we got there?
Yes.
And this is no shade at Nick. It was not his fault because we've both obviously never been to Wisconsin. And it was one of the hotels like listed as like close by to the venue, which they were.
Yeah.
But like it was so old. Like I think it was the oldest hotel in Wisconsin.
In America.
And we actually checked out and checked into a different hotel that like, did I tell you that?
No.
Yeah, Nick booked a different hotel because I was like,
oh my God.
I am a brat. I don't know why he loves me. Carly's like, I don't know either.
Beats me.
But yeah, we're going to go to Newport, I think. Unless
We'll
he
see.
cancels after listening to this. Like, you deserve nothing.
Maybe.
No, he's the best. He definitely wanted to run it by me so I wasn't like mom
Newport
on
in the
that
winter.
New Jersey vacation. Pretending like she was happy that my dad booked us a vacation at the New Jersey boardwalk. She's like, what am I supposed to do here?
Wildwood.
We had an amazing time.
You got like sun poisoning. I had a great time.
I couldn't go to the beach.
I threw up in the car right there from being car sick. I remember that. Out the window. It was awful.
Yeah. But
reminiscing
on the good times.
Anyways, 2 weeks ago, Maddie and we did a thing. I actually hate when people say that.
Didn't
like,
Nick say he hates when people do that?
but it like struck something in me. Like,
And Carly was like, me too.
hate when people are like, I did a thing. And it's like, okay. Like, literally just say like what you did. You don't have to say you did a thing. Like, there are so many things to do. Okay, anyways.
I feel like you got some pent up anger in there, sister.
Oh, I feel
like people only say I did a thing when they're getting engaged.
Okay.
Or we did a thing.
Or buying a house.
Or when they get
getting
married.
a dog. Or pregnant. Like, literally, it's everything.
We did a thing or we did it.
We did that thing.
We're talking about when you're pregnant.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
But also another one that I hate that is now on my like pet peeves
I'm
list.
scared.
Tell me you're didn't it without telling me you're didn't it. Like, okay.
Tell me what?
Tell me you're about to get proposed to without telling me you're about to get proposed to. Like, I am over that phrase.
I was like, I'm done.
I am done. If I see one more of those, I'm never liking your post. All right.
Shit.
Oh.
Okay, keep going.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah. This is kind of fun.
No, because now I'm coming off as a bitch.
No, I mean, did you just hear me? My beautiful boyfriend that I want to marry. I'm like, I can't believe he would tell me where we're going. I literally could be doing nothing.
This is literally us shooting the shit today.
I know.
All right. No, but we actually did a thing. And we... and we joined.
Hurley's literally like, what's going on?
This is what happens when we don't record for 3 weeks, just the two of us.
A lot of chaos energy.
I love this right now.
Okay, so
we did
a thing. And we took a leap
of faith.
And stop. We decided to join a program called 90 Day CEO. And
if you're in the Boston area, you may have either heard of it or been a part of it.
Or know the founders and co-CEOs of it.
Yes.
We decided to make this jump because we felt like there was so much more that we could learn about operating a business and having our own business and being entrepreneurs. And
from two people who have never taken a business class in their life.
I'm going to grad school.
But you haven't taken a class
Not yet. Not yet. But
so I'm saying we haven't taken a business class, but we were ready to kind of level up going into 2022. And you might see that, like, you might hear about it and be like, wow, that's a huge financial and big risk you're taking.
Yeah.
Like, we're investing a lot of time, energy, work, and finances into this program that we decided to do. And it was really scary for us to take that jump.
Well,
but we wanted to relate it back to you.
Yeah. Good job.
Take it away.
Carly, just like, sometimes you can watch Carly talk and you see the physical puzzle pieces morphing together in her brain.
It's like the Michael Scott. Like, sometimes
literally.
I start a sentence.
Yes. He's like, and I don't know where it's going.
I always find my way.
He's like,
so literally,
it's like, can you turn the temperature in here to 72 degrees? It feels a little stuffy, and it's like 74 degrees.
Oh, don't remember that part.
Oh, okay.
So what we were wanting to talk to you guys about is like taking those risks, even if it's a really, really scary thing for you to do. So when we were doing this, and I always think back to the first risk we really took as a business, and a very new business that was not a profitable business yet either. We found our gym in September of last year. And so basically when we thought about rent, we were like, we are just breaking even.
Yeah.
Like, we are just scraping by to the point we might have like $20 extra.
Literally.
If you subtract rent from our revenue. And we were like, okay, yeah, like, we can do it. And like, if we can't, we'll just finance it ourselves.
Hold on. That's not what happened. I came home and was like, I want this gym. And everyone was like, oh, what the space used to be? And I'm like, a gym. That failed. But
during the pandemic, though, they like lost all their clients because of the pandemic, in the sense like they couldn't come in, but we had a virtual platform.
Yes. And so my mom, who is, I would say my dad is more the risk taker, my mom's more the worrier.
Well,
or like the protector, like the safe.
She wants us to succeed no matter what. And if we're ever going towards something that could possibly take us towards debt
or any like sour ending, she doesn't want it to happen. So she was like, I think it's a little soon for you to be looking at a space. I don't think you should do it.
Which
and I was
it
like,
kind of was in the grand scheme of things.
And Maddie agreed with her. She was like, yeah, maybe down the road. And I was like, no, this is it. This
I
is
didn't
the space.
fully agree. I literally said, wait, I never said no. I think you make some things up in your brain. Because I remember calling Nick and being like, Carly found this amazing space. Like, I think we're going to do it. And I think it's really cool. I remember sending all the pictures and stuff before we even committed to it.
No, but it was after the owner called us and gave us the deal. So the owner of the space wanted to see us succeed and helped us out the first 2 months, which wasn't even 2 months because we weren't moved in.
It was like a month.
Yeah, it was a month.
He was just like, I want you to get settled. But it was a massive risk. Like it was.
Yeah, looking back.
We literally hit the exact amount of subscribers we needed to afford rent. And then we were like, okay, we're going to do it. And we kind of went into it and we were like, there's no option to fail.
Yeah.
Failing's not a freaking option.
Yeah.
It wasn't at that point because we were like, we both were working other full-time jobs at that point. And we were like, well, if we don't make rent, we're going to have to take it out of our own pocket. And that was pretty much what we told ourselves. We were like, okay, if we can't afford it because of the business, we're going to afford it ourselves. And that's going to suck because we're both pretty broke, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And guess what? We're
over a year
later and we're profitable and we are still there and we've turned it into a business.
And it's your full-time job.
And it's my full-time job and Carly's
pretty much
full-time job. She works a part-time job. It's like she's a 75-25% work.
I would say 80-20.
80-20.
Yeah.
Like she is pretty much always there. So taking those big risks are a part of like making yourself better and making your business better or doing something that you love and making it your full-time job, full-time activity, full-time like hobby or something.
A priority.
Yeah, full-time priority. I love that.
Yeah.
And when we did 90 Day CEO, it was kind of a similar feeling of when we found the gym. I don't know if you feel like the same way.
Yeah. It was scary. It was exciting. It was something new.
Yeah.
Something new that we had access to, something new to add to our repertoire. Yeah, because not only now are we entrepreneurs, we are also personal trainers, we're accountability coaches, we're recovery coaches, there's so much recovery and like cupping type thing, but there's so much that's like now going into a new program that we're launching that we didn't know we were able to offer until we stepped into this 90 Day CEO space. And it was a scary risk to take, but now that we're all in. And the biggest thing that they said was, if you invest in this and you pay for it, you're going to show up because you know it's a big investment. So that's how you have to look at your investments into your personal self. If you invest in something like, let's say personal training or like dance class or whatever it might be or that you like want to succeed at,
your
like
graduate program or like a club that you really like, it's anything can be applied to this. But if you invest in it, you're going to show up and you're going to want to put in the work and energy to make it come to fruition. I mean, money is a major motivator, whether you're making money or spending money.
Yep.
So when I sign up for something, and if it's a $20 or $15 class, I think about it. And if I'm like, oh shit, can't make it, I'm not that upset. I'm like, well, $30 sucks to lose. But like, if I was spending $120, you bet your ass I'd be there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't miss that shit, even if I literally didn't want to go at all. Like, that's the thing. If you think about it, if you're investing that money into it, you need to sometimes think about it this way. Like, how much do I have to invest for it to motivate me to be there?
Yeah.
Because when you're going to college, like there's so much money invested in college and schooling or getting certifications or doing anything like that. Like there's the money behind it sometimes is that major motivator. Yeah. Unfortunately, that does sometimes have to be it for some people. And some people are just self-motivated at that point where it doesn't matter how much. But at least for me, and being completely transparent, if I put a lot of money into something, I'm going to get as much possible out of it because it's an investment.
Yeah. Like, for example, I signed up for a free nutrition course. Do you think I took one class of it yet?
No.
But I want to work with a dietitian and I'm about to invest a lot of money into working with a dietitian. Do you think I'm going to show up for every session with her?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So that's how I think after me and Carly have made these huge jumps, and I'm going to be honest, a couple of the times we've made these massive jumps, we have no business freaking doing it. We're like, we're like, well,
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Like we're two people that know that we are very hardworking and that we're going to apply ourselves, and no matter what, we're going to figure it out. We're, like we said, failure is not an option. But sometimes we're like, okay, we're really friggin' committing to something that could be really hard and really difficult and might not succeed immediately. Like, it's going to take some time. Just like our business took some time to come to fruition out of our gym. But we're ready for that. And like, I think identifying that point in your life or that time that you're ready to make that commitment is so important. And then you need to do it.
Yeah. There have been, I'm not like throwing anyone under the bus here, but there have been clients who have come to us who definitely weren't ready to make the full complete jump into like going all in. Mm-hmm. They'll come to a couple sessions and then they fall off, and that's okay. Maybe they weren't ready. That wasn't a priority in their life at that moment.
And it doesn't have to be, but if you want to like
feel results, see results, do whatever with results, you got to put in the time and energy. And same with, I mean, that's like what we're saying with our business building. We're investing in this time, this energy, this work ethic that we are going all freaking in on. Mm-hmm. And we're scared, and it's exciting. And we believe 100% that everything that comes to us is the product of what we're doing right now.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we just want you all to think about it this way. Like, don't be afraid to make that scary leap into something, especially if it's where your passion lies or where you are ready to commit. So this is especially why we're addressing this right now, because going into the new year is when a lot of people come up with all these lofty goals, but don't actually put into a plan of how they're going to make those goals come true. Right.
So,
and we talked about this last year. I think.
So now with the new year on the horizon in 30-ish
days,
29 days, what are you going to do? What am I saying? 29 days. It's December 6th. 25
the 34th.
days. 25 days.
I love December 34th.
Me too. With the new year on the horizon in 20
Anyways, days. Nobody cares.
What goals are you going to map out for yourself in the new year? What goals are you planning on sticking to? How are you going to hold yourself accountable? What small changes are you going to make day to day to make sure that you have whatever you want come to fruition?
I just think you need to identify your priorities.
Yes.
Just write down.
I do this all the time. Duke is number one.
Are we shocked?
No.
Nope. You need to look at a list and say, okay, these are my priorities right now. Is it your, like, I remember when I first started working at Lululemon, they kind of said, like, write down your main 4 priorities right now. I was like, family, my business, I think work, and then
self-care,
exercise or something, or like wellness, like making sure that I'm taking care of myself, my mental health. And I think, the cool part about all 4 of those things, let's just say those are your 4 things, there are so many other small things inside of it. Mm-hmm. So mental health or self-care, like Carly said, could be, okay, I'm going to commit to exercise. I'm going to commit to reading a book every month. Recovery. Like, I'm going to commit
therapy.
Like there's so many parts of it. So when we say 4 things, we don't mean, okay, those are the only 4 small things that you can do. There are so many things inside of those things that are your priorities. So write those down. Think about those. And just because it's the new year, that doesn't mean you have to do it on January 1st. Do it right now.
Yeah.
Figure out what you want to do
for success
and keep it going. Don't just do it in the month of January because it's new year, new me. That's not a thing. That's literally not a thing. Just literally look in the mirror and say, what are my priorities right now to make me feel the best I can feel?
New year, same you. with reevaluating your priorities.
Yeah. And I think ever since we kind of started reevaluating our priorities for our business and for ourselves and what we really want, things have started to happen and like falling into place.
I can also say going out on the weekends and being social used to be a priority of mine, but that has completely reshifted because now Monday mornings are an early morning for me and I can't spend Sunday sleeping all day or being hungover or whatever it might be.
Mondays are so long.
So I reprioritize. Now Saturday nights I like to be in bed by 10. I hate to say it. It's true. I know. Sorry, buddy, that I don't go out at 10, but I have a much better week when I set myself up for success by starting on Saturday nights.
And I know we've kind of been like talking a lot of different things, but like I think
I know
we've been like kind of everywhere, but I do want to say like, and I feel this all the time, just because someone at your age is at a completely, whoa, what was that?
You just like honked.
Completely different phase of life than you are. That's okay. Because sometimes I do that where I'm like, I'm 24. Like I say to Nick sometimes, I'm like, oh my God, we're out on the weekends. We're finally living into our 20s. He's like, why do we have to be doing what every other 20-something-year-old is right now?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's like a pretty fair point. Like if you feel like that's what you need in that moment, do it. Like if that means staying in and like watching a movie or going to bed at 8, do it. Like I sometimes think about that, but I'm like, my priorities have shifted so much because I'm an entrepreneur. Like I don't have, and I've said this to so many people, we don't have the luxury of showing up to work and knowing our paycheck's guaranteed.
Exactly. Yeah.
When you're an entrepreneur, you are literally working for every penny that you make. Like, and I can say this because I've worked in plenty of jobs where I'm getting paid by the company. So like I show up, I clock in, I clock out, I'm done for the day. When you're an entrepreneur, you don't ever clock in or out. You're clocked in 24/7.
You are clocked in.
Clocked on. And I think when that's your priority, everything else shifts.
Yeah.
I mean, and you have Duke, so.
Yeah.
Carly has a child, as she may say.
I have a child and he is my top priority.
What's your second priority?
Our job.
And what's your third?
Family.
What's your fourth?
Self-care.
Where does Joe fall? Just kidding.
I would say he's within like the family range.
I know. I was totally kidding because I literally didn't have boyfriend on mine. I was like family, friends, job, self-care. Nick is number 5.
No, I mean my I would say the top, like all 4 of those are equal.
100%.
Like I make sure that all 4 of those are taken care of.
Absolutely.
And if any of them fall below the other, I feel very like
I think you can say instead of family, you can say relationships because you have relationships with your family, your friends, and your boyfriend.
That's
like,
true,
or your
yeah.
partner.
Yeah.
So like everyone, I hope this kind of just is a sign for you to be like, okay, I'm going to start putting myself first.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do what I want. One of my friends was saying to me, they're like, I just feel like I've been such a people pleaser lately. Like I've been trying to spread myself so thin and showing up to every single thing and event and place that I've ever been invited to. And Nick is such a good reminder to me sometimes. He's like, you don't have to justify what you want to do to other people. So like, or what you want to do, period, to other people, not what you want to do to other people. Like, if you want to stay in, you don't have to say, I'm really sorry, like something came up, like I can't. Just be honest.
I'm
like,
tired.
I'm tired. I'm not going out tonight.
If you want to eat the cake, eat the damn cake.
Boom.
All right.
So
we're moving on to red flags where there were so many good ones.
there were really good
We'll
ones.
have to do a part 2 next week. So if yours didn't make it on this week, stay tuned for next week.
Stay tuned.
First one. So we did red flags for like a date, significant other, which actually I want to start this off with a story because someone DM'd us and said, because we said not a good tipper as the first one. And this anonymous girl said, once I had a guy take me out on a first date to the 99, which I worked at. He then used a gift card to pay for the meal after it was discounted a huge amount and left a tip on the discounted price.
Minus the minus the gift card.
Yeah.
Yikes.
She said she was mortified. And I was like, I hope you blocked him on every form of social media.
Honestly, I wouldn't, like, the red flag wouldn't even be the 99 because I kind of like the 99.
No, the red flag was a bad tip.
The bad tip.
Yeah.
And the gift card. I mean, I guess if you're using a gift card on a date, I'm okay with it. But
maybe
like,
not the first date.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think the first date, if you have a gift card that you receive from someone else and you're deciding to take that person there, you shouldn't. Hurley, what's
your ideas?
I don't know. I feel like a gift card is just like a payment method.
Yeah, I don't think that bothers me. Like if I don't think that would bother me. I think it would bother me a ton if they used the gift card and then the bill came back for what they owed and they only tipped on what they owed.
I think the weirdest part for me is that they went to her place of work.
Where she worked. Yeah, I know.
That's really weird.
It's like, you're on break for 30 minutes?
No, literally, it's like, you work there, so does that mean we can get a discount?
Yeah, no, that's weird. Okay, but that wasn't even a red flag.
But that is a red flag.
First one was not a good tipper, and anyone who disagreed with this, maybe, I don't know.
Okay, so
GTFO.
Okay, for the people that said
Sam,
it doesn't bother me, I just need to ask you, and I'm not judging you. I just need you to reevaluate.
Have you ever worked in the service industry?
Have you ever been a server? Because if the answer is no, it should be a red flag.
Yes.
And also, I hope you're tipping well. I really hope you are.
Especially this holiday season.
No, like literally, the one thing I will say is you make $2 to $3 an hour in Massachusetts as a server. Mm-hmm. You do not get an hourly rate because you live off your tips. That's all you need to know. Taxes take all your hourly.
Yeah.
I think when I was a server, I never received a paycheck.
No, me neither.
For hourly.
Even like after you were done training, you didn't even get those paychecks because you had already been making money off of tips.
No, if you don't tip at least 20%.
You shouldn't go out to eat.
Well, no, if you can't afford to tip, don't go out.
Yeah, 100%.
If you cannot afford
even my
to tip.
Uber Eats driver gets 20%. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah.
Most people actually get 25 from me because I don't really, 20% is average. I like to go all out.
If they made it on time,
yes,
you deserve 25 to 30%.
100%. So 203 said huge red flag. 8 people said doesn't bother me.
Like, it is such a big red flag. Like, I'm sorry if I go on a date and someone doesn't tip well, I immediately am turned off from the whole situation.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like,
I look at them and I'm like, I'm not even going to explain what Carly just did.
Okay. When someone is indifferent about dogs, huge red flag. Oh my God. If you like, the only thing I can think about is Dexter Morgan, how dogs don't like him. So that is literally like if someone is indifferent about dogs.
So you
must be a serial killer.
If you don't like dogs or if dogs don't like you, like both?
If you're indifferent about dogs, if you're like, nah, okay. Like,
ugh.
Right? Like, how could you not want a fluffy...
A lot of people said they don't care. And I understand, like, I guess, are we being shallow for like deal breaker? Sorry.
I'm going to be honest, deal breaker for me if you're indifferent about dogs.
I just think it's a red flag because how can you not like that cute animal?
Right?
Like, what about you, Hurls? Do you think it's a red flag?
I don't know.
Like, maybe.
I mean, maybe it's different for me because I have a dog.
But like, I love dogs so much.
I love dogs, but I don't necessarily like want one for myself.
But that's okay. But if someone said, "Oh my God, how cute that dog is," and the person's like, it's all right.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
That's like weird. Like if you don't immediately go into, "Oh my God, baby," like that voice.
But like also, we're all dog people. There are people I know who aren't dog people.
I know,
and I don't get it. I don't understand.
I like you still.
I like you still, and I like your. I don't like your point of view, honestly. People who are like, like babies over dogs. I don't get it. Like babies look like little aliens. Dogs are like from the womb, perfect. So
I don't know. I think babies are really cute.
once they hit like 2.
Oh my God, just stop. Just stop.
Okay, no, but I think people need to be more self-aware that babies, when they pop out of the womb, aren't always cute.
Well, I think everyone knows that, but that person was made by another person.
No, I'm not saying.
What is happening?
I am not saying that is like that. I'm not knocking.
It's incredible. It's
I'm
the
not
gift of
knocking
life.
any mother. No, but I feel like people need to be like, I feel like when I have a baby, they're not going to be camera ready until 3 months. And I'm okay
think
with that.
I am going to literally write this down because the minute you birth a child, I know that your camera roll is just going to be that baby for months.
I mean, maybe if they're cute. But if
Is this
they're
an
not,
actual conversation?
So you're just never
happening?
going to take a picture of your child.
not until they're camera ready. Sorry.
Wow. What if they're late bloomers?
Carly, what?
They might be.
Your first picture, your child is at like 5 years old.
like what? Carly's a weirdo.
No, you know I'm talking about babies, like when they come out, like
obviously they've
She's
never
getting
seen
angry.
the day of like, I'm just like,
they've never seen the daylight. Exactly.
I know, but
let them see it for a couple days and then post.
oh my God.
I for sure was not a cute baby. If that helps.
I was a little
conversation.
chunkster. I was a
Same.
I'm sure you were cute, Hurley. I'm positive.
Maddie. I'm not saying the miracle of life is beautiful, and I applaud any person who goes through childbirth. Clearly, I do not want to ever go through it.
I guess we should have a full episode on this.
Yeah,
this topic,
honestly.
Carly's like,
our baby's cute.
I think babies are cute.
Yeah, they can be.
All right,
Okay.
moving on.
Okay, referencing The Office in your Hinge profile, red flag or no? This
Oh
one's
wait,
kind
we
of-
never said the last one. 164 for red flag for dogs.
43. For
43 for no doesn't matter. What's wrong? Maddie's
so confused.
You know what? Sorry I stirred the pot, everyone. Everyone has their own opinion on babies, right?
I don't know about that.
Referencing I'm not knocking anyone who gave birth.
It's fine, Carly.
Is that a red flag? Thinking babies are ugly.
Yes.
Should have been on top.
I don't think they're ugly.
Yep, you said it.
Okay. I did. I did say it. I said sometimes they pop out looking like aliens.
I have on record that Carly said all babies are ugly.
Sometimes they need a day to adjust to the daylight. I don't know.
I mean, well, anyways.
Is that controversial?
Referencing The Office in your Hinge profile.
I don't think that's a red flag.
So, I think after I was on Hinge for a little bit before I dated Nick. And I know. I literally, I re-downloaded, like I found an old phone. Me and Carly had to clean out my childhood room or my adult room when I moved back in. It was like, I'm never leaving. All of my old shit was in there and I found my phone from college. And mind you, this phone was like 2 inches wide. It's the tiniest little phones we used to have compared to these ones now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see what's on it. And I had like all these like Tinder and Hinge messages popping up. And I was like, damn. I never, ever, ever met up with anyone. Not that it matters, but like I never met up with anyone on Hinge or Tinder because I watched too many like murder TV shows. And I was like, well, it's dangerous. But like I know so many people that have met their fiancés, boyfriends, girlfriends, husband, like so many. So I was on it and it's kind of a red flag because it is so common. Like almost every boy's Hinge profile has like a Dwayne or a Michael Scott quote. And you're like, okay, so like at this point, be a little bit more creative. Did my Hinge profile have something about The Office in it? I'm fairly certain that it did.
Mine would probably say,
do I still have it?
I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious.
I'm a little stitious.
But 94 people said that was a red flag.
Do you think it's a red flag?
I don't think it's a red flag, but it's like kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
corny.
overdone.
It's not interesting.
Yeah.
56 people said no, I like that. The next one was if their texts come up green. I'm going to be honest, some of my favorite people own Androids. It used to be a red flag for me, but now I know a lot of people who actually own Androids, and I'm like, it's not about the person.
It's not about
It's
the
not.
person.
And now paying for our own cell phone bill, I get it.
No, iPhones are so expensive.
So I do get it. So you know what? No, it's not a red flag. Is it going to be hard to have a conversation with GIFs and whatever and like memojis? Yes.
Okay, but what I will say is the only period of time that I find it really crucial for
Group chats.
Okay, Yes, but that's not what I was saying.
Oh.
For like dating wise, especially, like the only crucial period of time is when you're first starting to get to know each other, is that texting phase where you're like talking all the time and like getting to know each other. Me and Nick barely text now. It's really texting, what's for dinner? I don't know. Do you know? No. Okay. Like that's literally our conversation in the whole scheme of the day until we see each other at night. So does it really matter? If you don't text that much, no, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't even matter if you do text that much. It doesn't make, it's not like a huge delay.
One of, like my besties has Android, and I mean, can I not see her reading my messages or typing? I cannot, but.
Does it matter? No,
it doesn't. I guess it's not really a red flag.
Yeah.
166 said it was a red flag though. And 23 said, no, I love Androids. I don't love Androids, but.
That's my first iPhone.
Congrats.
So
Welcome
I used
to
to
the
be on
dark
the other
side.
side.
How do you like it?
Yeah.
It's all right.
See, like I never want to like devote. Like people are just like, once I go iPhone, just like, or whatever, Apple, never go back.
Honestly, it's a phone. At this
I
point,
know, exactly.
it's a phone.
I'm open to switching back.
And
if wanted to.
honestly, Androids are a lot less expensive than iPhones, and we learned that once we started paying for our own cell phone
And
bill.
supposedly, Androids have better cameras.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
Oh,
Svet,
yeah.
shout out Svet, my friend. She took
Svet.
she switched from iPhone to Android,
Because the camera?
and her camera's immaculate.
Yeah,
like I've literally never seen a photo come out that clear. So
Well, maybe we'll make the switch.
I probably won't.
I won't. Even. I can't even lie.
Isn't passionate about anything.
Huge red flag.
I think that's such a red flag.
Yeah.
I want to see some drive, some ambition.
Even if it's something that I cannot relate to at all, at least you're passionate about something.
Exactly.
Like, I don't care what it is. I just need you to be passionate about
If Joe was passionate about being a stay-at-home dad, I would be like, go for it. 100%.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be passionate about building my own business.
Love it.
Bada bing, bada boom.
I just think,
Yes.
I think most people, like, you need something.
Yeah.
If you're literally complacent at all times,
Yeah. Exactly.
not cool.
Probably the
100.
same person that would put an office quote in their Hinge profile.
True. Very
Although
true.
maybe they've never seen it.
Maybe because they're complacent and don't want to add any spice into their life.
186 people said red flag. 13 said nah. Mean to their mother.
Oh my God.
Such a red flag.
I said big red flag and then red flag button red because there is no way to say this is not a red flag.
Yeah.
Like,
Mean to your mother.
if you're mean to your mom,
Who birthed you? Birthed you into the daylight.
don't try to make it better
we go
now.
I wasn't saying
It's
anything.
fine. You don't have to.
I mess with you, Carly.
You don't have to do this. It's okay.
I'm done. You can finish the pod.
Oh, just stop.
I hope everyone understands what I was saying in a non-offensive way. That's all I'm going to say. Okay?
But yeah, huge red flag.
Yeah,
I'm a big mama's boy.
huge. Yes. My mom's my
But you're not
bestie.
too much of a mama's boy, right?
No.
Because that's also a red flag. You got to be a mama's boy without being an overindulgent mama's boy.
A happy medium.
Yeah. Not like the most called person on your phone, but also not the never called person on your phone.
Yes.
True.
Okay.
I think it's just like one of my clients today said, if they're mean to their mother, you just have a scope of what they're going to do to you.
So everyone agreed that is
Be nice to your mom because she birthed you. Even
Oh my
though-
gosh, I just saw this. Guys who have NYLAFLTX in their bio need to stop.
Like with
That's
the
a red flag.
arrows?
If you've lived in 4 different places.
Like if you LA arrow to Boston.
Yeah, I know.
Like cool.
Bi-coastal.
Now we're just roasting people.
I have roasted too many people on this episode, so I hope everyone has an awesome rest of their
Hope
week.
nobody's mad at Kaka.
Oh my gosh. You know it's all in good fun and I love every single one of you.
Yeah. I love babies too.
But if anyone
And
wants to
dogs.
come on and debate me, I'm open
Honestly,
to it.
It's all open for debate always.
I-
It's just some of our opinions. We all are going to have different opinions sometimes.
Maddie's trying to make up for me right now because Maddie doesn't like conflict and I clearly don't have an issue with it.
It's like, I don't care.
Yeah. I said what I said. Babies look like aliens.
On that note, have a great week. Please leave us a review, subscribe.
5-star review.
Yeah, please. And we'll catch you next week. We have an amazing guest. Goodbye. Go, please go.